Alright guys, what is going on? We're back vlogging. It's been a while. I put the camera down and I stopped because I just couldn't be bothered. But we're picking it up. New car on the channel. Let's get into it. Alright, so where I've been and what I've been doing, I took a bit of time just to chill at the end of last year. I focused on my driving rather than vlogging. So I drove 2 events at Drift Cadet on Sunday sessions at Calder Park. And here's some clips from them here. And the car went well, like JZX drove fine, and then unfortunately it's done that cooling fitting issue again, and I'm having to pull the motor out. So I thought, why not do something even stupider, if that's a word, and buy another car whilst the other car's broken. I don't know why car guys do that. They have a tendency to buy more shit when the other shit is broken and they don't deal with it. So we bought a 1996 E36 BMW M52 B25. It's currently bone stock, and I've bought it purely to thrash and send and put into a wall and not care about. And I think something finally clicked in my head, whether it was my mum or my dad or my girlfriend yelling at me. Not too sure, but we're getting into it. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce a friend of mine, someone I actually work with, who we know all too well, Mr. Turbo Tristan. Mr. T.
Mr. TT, that's what the kids call me these days.
This is his fantastic facilities. Mr. Turbo Tristan has been fantastically kind enough to call his good friends at Maxspeedingrod to send out some coilovers and rear arms for this absolute nugget. And we are very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful for him for organising that. So we're going to pull the car in, get stuck into it, sack this thing on the ground, have some fun.
We've got 2 surprises for you guys coming up. One is a mad discount and one is a giveaway, so stick around till later in the video. I'll show you what they are.
Oh, we got giveaways. What is this? This is first time hearing of it. So anyway, let's get the car in and get started.
Alright. What are you doing there, mate?
We are removing the rear arm bolts. Now, in order to do so, which is a bit of a pain, what we've had to do is actually remove the diff bushing bolts to the back of the diff where the case is, purely because we've got a bolt here and it's struggling to get out, it's hitting the diff. So what you need to do, either take your diff out if you're trying to put it in your diff. Probably the best time to change these arms is if you're putting a welded diff in. You would then probably change the arms first, then put the diff in after. In our case, we're keeping this diff in today and we want to get these arms out. So bolt comes out once we've raised it, and then we can take these arms out and put our new ones in just sitting over there. So there is a big difference between the two. These look like your barbecue tongs you're going to use up to cook some snags. The other ones look like arms. So yeah, sick. Let's get these in. All right, so we have our rear arms in the vehicle. It has taken some time, but we are getting there slowly. So Tristan is just putting the top diff bolts back in, which they are now. We'll go ahead and bolt the exhaust back up because we've had to drop that just to get one of the bolts that's fallen through. It's like a little alignment.
Little captive or non-captive bolt.
Yep, and that basically got stuck in between there, which was a bit of a pain. But these arms are in, and that's going to allow us to have camber adjustment when we go and get this thing aligned. Now, what we've got to do now is put in our rear coilovers, which Tristan is just getting out now. On E36s, they are separate. The spring doesn't sit inside the strut, it sits slightly out. Tristan's had a fair bit of experience installing these on E36s, so he'll probably be able to tell you a little bit more about them.
Yeah, so we've got to make sure that the rear spring stays captive when the suspension travels up and down. That's pretty hard to do because they're so much shorter than the factory ones. But there shouldn't be that much droop in the suspension once you put it all back together. BMWs, for whatever reason, they don't go, the suspension doesn't go up very high, but it goes down a long way. So we've got to combat that by getting the shocks in, these in,
yep,
and making sure the shocks actually hold the control arm in, so this works
as it should. As it should. Fantastic. Well, we're going to do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my hands are dirty, which means I've been doing a lot of work. Have I?
Yeah, debatable.
Yeah, my friends say that all the time. Anyway, the the springs are out, or about to come out. We've loosened everything, front and rear. We're going to pull the strut out now, down, put the new Maxspeedingrod coilovers in. These look freaking sick. And you can see the difference in just sheer size. Like if you look at it from here, it is way longer.
Thicker shocks, shorter, stiffer springs, height adjustable. We've got the camber tops, so it's going to be much more better for everything that we need. They've even put the little, all the clips on there for all the brake lines and everything is all ready to go. So we just got to make sure we put the right side on, and yeah, Robert's your father's brother.
We're going to put them in. Let's get them installed and sack the shit out of this E36. So at the moment what we're doing is we're just cracking the collars of the spring, and we're basically going to adjust it to take the stress, as you can see, off the spring there, which is pretty tight.
There's too much preload on the spring, so the spring is like rock hard, so it's not actually springing, it's already sprung hard. So we're making the spring unsprung, taking the preload out, so it's actually got some travel in the suspension, but it's very tight.
Very tight. All right, the car is out of the garage. It was a mission. Needless to say, it took a long time. We had a couple of strip bolts in the rear, so lucky enough, Tristan is the goat and the god and had the ability to tap the threads as best as we could. It's enough to get the car home. It is looking pretty darn low. It will need a realignment. I reckon in time we can probably drop the rear a bit more once we get the right wheels and tyres for it. We can get the right setup and how we want it looking. But I'm super thankful for Tristan for staying out tonight, helping me on the car, letting me use his facilities. We had a nice dinner. Thank you very much to the man himself.
Just like on my video, anyone who wants to win a set of free Maxspeedingrod's rear camber tow arms, jump over to my channel, Turbo Tristan, comment on this video where we do the install on the Maxspeedingrod's coilovers, comment what type of Toyota that Miko has in his garage, and by the end of February you could win yourself some rear arms.
Thank you again. Enjoy. I appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. Thank you to Tristan for giving us a hand. In the next video, we're probably going to get stuck into the 110, if not more work on the BMW. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys. And we've got a lot more content coming in 2023. You got a chance to win some arms. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'm wrecked. Take care. Peace. Enjoy.
Coming in. Flex. I just want to win.
Very nice.